Jai Hind to all my dear students. In this video, we are going to study displacement reaction. Displacement reaction basically of non-metals. I think children you have remember that in previous videos we have talked about how we have talked about the reactivity series of a metal, in which you have learned that a reactive metal displaces. This is the reactivity series of a metal in which we have talked about that this potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen. This hydrogen is a non-metal. Okay, means this is an non-metal, but then also it's kept in the reactivity series of a metal. I have told you all the reasons: copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. So this was a reactivity series of metal which you people have studied in previous video. In this, what was there? The metal which was placed on the top was the most reactive metal, and the metal which was placed at the down, means down, the series is the least reactive metal. Means as we come from up to down, the reactivity decreases as we go down the this table. Okay, so children, this was a reactivity series of metal where we have studied that that when a metal is more reactive, it displaces the other metal, it displaces the less reactive metal from its salt solution. Similarly, children, today here we are also going to study the displacement reaction of non-metal. Similarly, to study this displacement reactions of non-metal, we also have a reactivity series of non-metal, children. Okay, in this you will learn that, wait, sorry children, in this you will learn that which non-metal is most reactive and which non-metal is least reactive. Let's have a reading of it. See, fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, okay, then bromine, and then iodine, and then sulfur, and the last is phosphorus red. This is a very small reactivity series which I have just sorted out for you people, so that you can learn this. Okay, see here, the fluorine is the most reactive and red phosphorus is the least reactive. Okay, phosphorus, why I have written red here? Because beta, phosphorus are of many type. Okay, it is of yellow phosphorus is also there. So basically red phosphorus, this is the least reactive one. Fine. And fluorine is the most reactive, then chlorine. As we move from up to down, as we have studied in the reactivity series of metal, similarly here also, as we come from top to down, the reactivity decreases, and the fluorine is the most reactive and phosphorus is the least reactive. So on the basis of this table, let's have a let's understand how this displacement reaction is taking place. Now, as you know that before moving to your book, let me just tell you one thing, that if I am taking chlorine, okay, suppose let us take iodine here. If I am taking iodine metal, so if there is a solution of iodine, okay, and if I am adding bromine element to the iodine, so what will happen? Because bromine is on the top of iodine, so what will bromine do? Bromine will remove the iodine from its salt solution, and it bromine will form bond with the salt of a iodine. Okay, because bromine is more reactive than iodine. And if I add sulfur to the iodine solution, since sulfur is less reactive, it's placed below, so it's less reactive than iodine, the reaction won't take place. I think now it's understood to everyone. So let us focus on your book. See what is written: certain more reactive non-metals displaces less reactive non-metal from its salt solution. That is what I have told now. For example, chlorine displaces bromine from iodine, sorry, chlorine displaces bromine from bromides. Okay, bromides means salt of bromine. What do we mean by bromides? Bromide means salt of bromine. Okay, and iodine from iodide. White is telling that chlorine will displace bromine from its salts and iodine from its iodide. Let me show you. See, where is chlorine placed? Chlorine is placed here in the second position, and where is bromine placed? Here in the fourth position, and iodine in the fifth position. So automatically chlorine is more reactive than bromine and iodine. Is it okay? So that is why chlorine will be able to replace bromine and iodine from its salt solution. Now let's read this reaction. Potassium bromide. 2 kbr plus chlorine. So we are adding chlorine to the potassium bromide. Now as you know that chlorine is more reactive than bromine. See, this is bromide, means the salt solution of bromine. So potassium is a metal, and metal and non-metal combine to form here a compound. So chlorine being more reactive than bromine, what chlorine will do? Chlorine will remove the bromine from here, will replace the bromine from this compound, and it will form potassium chloride, KCl, and bromine will be just evolved out. This is your bromine gas. Br2 means bromine gas. Okay, similarly let us see here chlorine if it is added to potassium iodide solution, potassium iodide Ki. Okay, so chlorine being more reactive than iodine, what it will do? It will also just remove iodine from its compound, and it will form, and chlorine will just join itself with potassium and will form KCl, that is your potassium chloride. And iodine in the form of a gas I2, it will just move out of the reaction mixture. So this is what we called as a displacement reaction. And in the displacement reaction, here is the reactivity series of non-metal. You can go through this reactivity series, okay, and you can just by remembering this reactivity series, which non-metal is more reactive than which non-metal, you will be able to solve any of the equation, any of the displacement reaction related to your reactivity series. I think it's okay, children. So that's all in this video. Let's move to the next reactions in the next video. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.